Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see guys, I am currently in the garden and I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you who supported me through my downtimes with my garden situation. Obviously if you've followed the channel, you probably watched my last video where I really wanted just to give up the whole gardening thing and just leave it alone and come back to it next year. And of course guys, after seeing a whole lot of very encouraging messages from yourselves to sort of continue doing this, there I am. And over the time, to be fair, for the past couple of weeks, I haven't really done a lot with the garden because I just frankly just had enough, as I said in my previous video, and things got a little bit out of control. However, despite obviously the rubbish weather we had and everything else, and the sheer influx of slugs that I had that also got me down quite a lot, those lovely ladies, this is Noodles by the way, say hello Noodles, say hello. Yes, thanks to the ladies, they helped me kind of clearing up the slug infestation as you wish. And because we had a slight change in the weather, I also still have some crops going on. So in this video, I'm just going to show you briefly only snippets of my garden because it's embarrassingly untidy, but I'm going to show you the things that are still cropping and the things that I've done in terms of the winter cabbages and things like that. And towards the end of the video guys, I'm going to share with you 3 crops I'm going to be seeding now for the winter and for the spring. Unfortunately, again, if you follow the channel, you probably know with the conversations we have with Mark on Sundays, the way the things are going, things are definitely going to get worse with the food. There are a little bit more people are kind of waking up to the whole idea and obviously trying to do their best to, you know, stockpile the food and obviously grow as much as you can. So that kind of gave me another kick to, and another reason really just to continue doing what I do. The whole idea, obviously, guys, is for me to, you know, encourage you to be prepared in one way or the other. And of course, if you're lucky enough to have a bit of a growing space, then this is also one of the ways we should be preparing for a uncertain food insecurity future. So without further ado, let me put this lady down, okay, and I'll show you what's happening in the garden. So first of all, this is my beans, which are still cropping, guys. It's actually surprising how well the beans been producing thanks to slightly warm up of the weather. Here you can see they're like absolutely huge, and this is the ones I'm keeping for my seeds. This one here is even more perfect. Look at that. Ignore the boxes in the background. This is for my soil build-up raised bed. So yes, I still got loads of them coming. They flowering, and you can see there loads and loads of new ones. Down below here, you'll see, if you remember, my little courgette was there, and now this guy spread all the way. And I continue cropping the courgettes even now. Ow, spiky. Look, there is still some growing here, which is really, really good. It's looking very untidy, as you can see, but nonetheless, it's okay. So on this side, guys, you might remember I had my brassica beds, and when I planted them in, they kind of got a little bit nibbled by the slugs. Nonetheless, if you can see now, they look rather healthy. They have sort of tilted a little bit, but nonetheless, this netting, also people said, is not big enough to stop the butterflies, but it actually does stop them. Touch wood, I haven't had, touch wood, any issues with the butterflies there, just a little bit of slugs. But nonetheless, it's kind of not looking too bad. So I've got majority are the sprouting broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli. I've got 1 kale, and I think I've got some Romanesco cabbage right at the back. But nonetheless, I think it's pretty good recovery, if you remember it's from last time. Just wanted to show you guys these strawberries. My strawberries sent a lot of runners, and I know people say you got to cut them off to obviously replenish back the original strawberries, but I just haven't had the mental strength really to deal with that. So something nonetheless is now going to be on the agenda. It's going to be a new project for next year to have extra strawberries, but they're literally everywhere, and it's kind of perfect timing now because the strawberries do like to have a bit of cold. So I will be planting them on. Might do the video at some point later anyway, so let's move on. So this is the other messy side. As you can see, the courgette's grown again really long, and I'm continuously harvesting it, which is absolutely brilliant. So you can see here again, considering guys we're pretty much October, that is very good. It is very good going. This is my sad looking chard. They've been eaten. Nonetheless, it is acceptable for the chickens and stuff. I still got a little bit of rocket, which we're harvesting for some pizzas and salads, which is really, really good. And now on the opposite side of the raised beds, you remember I had some bits growing here. I've pulled out all of the parsnips because they just got rotten, they just didn't really do well. And I managed to rescue some of my other cabbages and some, there's more chard in there, I can't remember, they all got the labels in there, but basically brassicas. And as you can see here, I've put that netting, which is really thin. This is actually the scaffolding netting. You can buy this rather cheaply, although it comes like in the big 50 meters, but it's a very good value. It does seem to be work well. I had this in the allotment, and obviously, yeah, if there's no gaps in there, that should stop the butterflies. But the season coming to an end for them, there shouldn't be really so many of them about. So this is my carrots that you would have seen, and we are now, they are only little ones. They should be ready. Hey, look at the dinky ones. How cute is that? It's meant to be for Christmas. My second lot, it didn't. You'll see now it got munched, but nonetheless, they're kind of really, really cute. The whole idea, I'm growing them in the tubs, guys, you can see they kind of fit in there, but very nice for a few portions. So yeah. So in the greenhouse here, the cucumbers all pretty much gone. So cucumbers are pretty much all gone. I still got the chilies, they're still going, which I need to do, again, get them off and hopefully do the video for you. I'm going to be overwintering some of them to give me a kickstart for next year. I'm going to be doing a lot of things differently, a lot of things in advance, alongside of growing stuff on the inside of the house as well, which I will be reporting to you with the videos. My grapevine is doing okay in here. Well, again, we have plans for this grapevine in the greenhouse for next year. So guys, now we're in the greenhouse, and I'm just going to briefly just tell you the 3 things I'm going to be planting now as a priority. I've got the beds ready, guys. I haven't sort of turned the camera around, haven't got the tripod here, but just to briefly show you the 3 things that I'm picking. So one of the priorities for me, and obviously for my ladies, is some winter lettuces. There are different kinds of winter lettuces. I've got here the Arctic King and the Winter Imperial. They're kind of a telltale sign in their name. They are the winter varieties that will do really well outside in the winter, providing you do give them a little bit of the frost protection. However, because I have a greenhouse, I'm going to be sowing them inside here. So this is going to be my crop number 1. And the beauty as well, guys, right now, because we're experiencing a little bit of a warmer weather, end of September, obviously into October, it's a good thing to try some other things you might not be willing to try, just to give this a kick start. So things like peas and the broad beans, you can also start sowing now, although I'm going to be holding off. But the next thing, guys, I'm going to be sowing is going to be some cabbage. Okay, I've got some bits growing. Obviously you've seen calabrese, but cabbage is something that I haven't had, well, I had it eaten, so I'm going to be going again and hoping that due to the nice weather we're able to catch up with the seedlings. Anyway, keep an eye on the varieties. Obviously there's many varieties for things to grow in the winter, and you can still seed now. So cabbages is my number 2, and my number 3, guys, it is cauliflower. This is called the all year rounder, and you are able to start seeding this under cloche protection or the inner greenhouse in October. So for the cauliflower then to be ready kind of early spring, beginning of summer. So this is kind of going to be my top 3 on the top of the ones I'm already doing. So apart from that, guys, there's a lot of stuff to be done in a garden. Like if you're intending to grow like your fruit trees or bushes, you've got pruning to do. There's a load of stuff need to be done. But the priority for me is to make sure I've got enough food for the winter and the spring. Things are going to be tough, guys. Things are going to be real tough. So as I said, I'll be doing another videos inside where I'll be setting up an indoor little greenhouse to grow things under the grow lights, and I'll keep you up to date with that. But apart from that, guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed this rubbish garden video. But I just again wanted to say a huge thank you for giving me a kick up the bum, guys, to get back in the garden and continue doing stuff. Apologize if that video is a bit, you know, doom and gloom, and I'm obviously not sounding myself as chirpy as I normally do, but nonetheless, huge thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.